Well, hello everybody. It's Sunday, July 9th of 2023. So you might recall I had a big pile of autumn olives over there. Oh, hello little buddy. Hello. He's so underfoot, I have to be careful. But anyways, the autumn olives, so they're a very popular permaculture plant in a lot of places, but they are an invasive. I'm pretty sure they're on the official invasive list for Michigan, which means we cannot have them shipped in and plant them. Okay, because I don't know if you guys saw like my front ditch, like these things, they just start taking over and they grow pretty fast. But in some areas where they're not invasive, they're popular to plant, not just for the little berries for like birds and things, but because they're a nitrogen fixer. So you can actually also cut these down and like feed them to some livestock will eat the leaves, including like rabbits and maybe ducks and geese and things. Similarly, people don't know that things like mulberry and willow, you can also cut them back and feed them as fodder to livestock. So, look at this little guy. But anyways, I've been moving it over here where I was starting that big pile of sod and straw, and frankly, what I should have done is I should have just committed to moving it over here sooner and putting it all these big branches on the very bottom, because it would have helped them stay moister in the composting process and rot down faster. But it's not like I'm gonna move all the sod to put them on the bottom. So I've been stacking them up, and then also got some of the vines that I'd gotten down a while ago. I still need to move the burdocks on this pile. And then what I'm gonna end up having to do, like if you have a bigger property and you have more stuff to compost, because like I don't have a wood chipper right now. Otherwise I would have put those little things through wood chippers. But anyways, I'm pretty scatterbrained, but part of the reason why I was going into how nutrient dense like these plants can be is because the pile that I made, we've been getting some rain, just became extremely pungent. Like I wish there was like smell-o-vision so that you could smell how pungent these autumn olives got. Okay, I mean, it's just like an overpowering smell, and I think it's partially, and it has like almost like a little bit of like a rancidity to it, and it's like much more so than like, just a standard tree leaf pile. I was really surprised at the pungency, and I had to get it out from over there because it's like that was greeting me every time I came home and opened the car door. And that's just been going on for like the past day or so with all this rain and these leaves rotting down. So what I am gonna have to do is over there, I've got that smaller kind of busted up straw bale here in the middle that I've been working on adding to this pile. But what I'm gonna do is probably what I'll do is I'll grab a big piece of cardboard that I have and throw it on top, and then I'm gonna have to climb up there and like stomp it down. And then I'm gonna have to go add a whole bunch of straw to it to keep the water in, and then I'm gonna go get a black tarp and put it over, and then I'm gonna spray some water down underneath the tarp every once in a while to help it rot down faster, and then hopefully I'll have a nice rich pile of dirt in the future. But we'll see how it goes. I usually like to get the heavier duty tarps that'll last longer and deal with the UV better. But because the autumn olives have all these little spikes on them, when I stomp it down and everything and put the tarp over, I don't know, it might end up snagging the tarp and ripping the tarp anyways. So I might just get a cheap black plastic tarp for this. So we'll see. But I had to put on some civilized clothes, go to the store earlier. Obviously my shoes are very uncivilized, but that's just how it is. My little $5 rubber sandals, which by the way, these $5 rubber sandals that I got from Walmart a while ago, they're like $10 now. Okay, it's like they doubled, even the rubber sandals. They're made in America though. But yeah, the autumn olive did get some revenge against me as I was making this pile, because there was a couple of branches where I stepped on a rogue branch and it stabbed me through the bottom of my shoe. I don't know where it was, because there are little spikes. See, like if you can see this here, there's little spikes on these. So one of these came through the bottom of my shoe and stabbed me in the foot, and then I accidentally sidestepped on another little branch and it stabbed me. So it is the revenge of the autumn olive inflicting some karma on me for cutting it down. But I did not dig these up, and for those of you who follow me elsewhere, you might already know that I kind of BTFO'd my other secret this morning. I just couldn't help myself because I'm excited. But these autumn olives, again, like I mentioned, it can be fodder, including for rabbits. And I am going to be going to pick up some giant chinchilla rabbits in less than a week. I had the breeder held back one female from an old litter, and then there's another litter that's going to be ready in a little bit less than a week. And so that way I'm going to get 2 females from 2 different mothers, and then in another week after that there's going to be another litter, and then I'm going to get a boy from that litter, because she does have like a larger, like a decent sized breeding stock that she uses, so to get some genetic diversity, so that, you know, I don't know, hopefully it'll work out better. And then in the future, if I want to add to my breeding stock, I'll have to drive out, go to another breeder probably. But I want to be selling those as livestock, so they're for fur and meat. And then some people could have them for pets if they wanted them as pets, but they actually grow really fast. Now, some of you may know, you may be familiar with something called rabbit starvation. So those of you who are overly concerned with the zombie apocalypse should know that you cannot survive off of rabbit meat, okay? Because there's not enough fat in it. So if you had another type of livestock that was fatty, like ducks or geese, then you could also do those with rabbit and you would be okay. Okay, but just rabbit by itself doesn't have enough fat on it. You will starve. Your body will start like disintegrating if you were only eating rabbit meat. Okay, you have to have fat in your diet. You know, similarly, if you have some property, another way to grow fat on your property besides just ducks and geese, because you know a duck egg does have like twice the fat content as a chicken egg. Okay, part of that is from size, but I think part of it is also from diet. Okay, but my duck eggs, I don't eat those as just scrambled eggs. It's for baking, because I've got this bog down here and my duck eggs end up being a little bit swampy. Okay, because it reflects what my ducks are eating, and then also because the omega-3 content is so high, it also tastes a little bit fishy, because part of that fish flavor actually comes from the omega-3 content. Okay, so duck eggs can be a little weird, and they're also like a little bit more rubbery if you just want to fry them up, but it's great in baking. Oh no, my Peyton, what are you doing? He's been nicknamed Rambunculus, is what he's been nicknamed, because he's a little bit rambunculus. Peyton. But anyways, he's a cutie patootie. Josephine and him, they've been like touching noses a little bit lately, so the Miss Josephine, Princess Josephine, is slowly coming around to the little baby Peyton. It's a work in progress. He's going to probably end up growing up very fast, but, you know, it's kind of nice because he's going to be growing up while the rabbits are still little, so he's going to be used to them, whereas Miss Josephine is going to be like, what are these, lady? What are you doing? She's used to the waterfowl and the poultry, but not rabbits. So it'll be interesting. But part of the reason why I'm getting my rabbits now instead of waiting until my other animals come in towards the end of the month is because geese can be kind of like guardian livestock a little bit, and that when they perceive danger to part of their flock, they will sometimes start making a lot of noise. But the thing is that you have to raise them with the animals that you want them to perceive as part of their flock. So if I started raising the geese and the ducks and the chickens just together by themselves, and then when the geese were closer to adulthood, introduced rabbits, they would look at the rabbits as being like others that are like maybe in their proximity but not actually part of their flock. So, you know, sometimes geese and ducks do get cliquey and things like that, but I have higher odds of them recognizing the bunnies as like being kind of like a part of their maybe distant family if I have the bunnies started first as little babies before the geese arrive as little babies. So anyways, it's going to get real tricky real quick because I don't have my truck yet, and I'm kind of waiting until I get the truck to get my ladder to do the fiber asphalt coating on the roof. So it's a little bit tricky, and since my friend was nice enough to go ahead and take the truck off the market, even though it's taken me some time to cobble the actual cash together for him, I'm going to let him hold on to it for maybe like another week while he finds himself another vehicle. So there's going to be a little bit of time to take care of that, but when I get it, that's going to be one of the first things I do is go buy a ladder, because if it was anything else that I needed the ladder for except for fiber asphalt coating, I would just borrow a neighbor's ladder, but there is no way in heck that I would ever want to return a neighbor's ladder with asphalt coating on it if any of it gets on the ladder. So it's like one of those things I was going to need one anyways. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to get going on. I picked up some of my Cottage Feels goldenrod colored paint for my dining nook today. So I may get started with that. And I don't know, I'm going to also rest and see how things go. I got just a little bit more sod I got to do over here. Maybe that's going to be my project. That's right. See, I'm so scatterbrained, I forgot what I was going to be up to. But I was going to finish piling this then on top of the autumn olives. So that'll also help it hold in some moisture. Because I still have all this left. I didn't finish the other night, and then it rained the following day. So, but anyways, look at this. Look at how pretty this is. And I feel like this is the proper way to do a lawn because it's actually very nutritive for, you know, not just potentially for humans, but for all the bees that you need to, you know, take care of your flowers for your fruit trees and everything. So it's fun. The bees have been buzzing around quite a bit because, again, I've basically got my whole plantain field. And I like this because even though the plantains are really long, it's not like as overbearing as if it was grass this height, because I don't know if you can see, the plantains are quite tall. So it's interesting, but the bees enjoy it and I enjoy the bees. And let's see, we got one over here. I've got like 8 to 10 different kinds of bees of all different sizes that come visit me. Oh, he's got quite a collection on him. He's got some hunches. I don't know if you can see it very well. But anyways, I'm going to stop babbling and I'm going to let you guys go because it's over 12 minutes already. Take it easy, y'all.